Good morning and happy Thursday. I hope every one of you is having a really great day. I mean, December is the time that is actually filled with so much joy, but it can be stressful. And, today, Heather Lynn Darby, who's by my side right here, and myself, Michelle Jerome, we are a part of Balance Health Styles, and we call the coaches who are contributing authors health style coaches. Today, what we'd like to talk about is mistakes that we have made, specifically marketing mistakes when it comes to our coaching business. Now, I've made a lot, and Heather, I'm sure you have too.
For sure.
Yes. So if you stay with us, you'll learn about the mistakes we have made and what we did to overcome them and things that we are still doing to overcome those crazy mistakes. So stay with us, and I think you might get some real benefit in learning, possibly trying something different than what you've been trying already. So we'll just get into it. And I'm going to state the number one. Well, is it really number one? I didn't really rank order this like what the number one mistake would be, but the first mistake I'd like us to talk about is thinking social media would be quick and easy. Yeah, I'm kind of giggling about Heather. Can you get your social media done in 20 minutes a week? Can you?
No,
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, just to do a reel, because they're popular right now, to do a reel, Baby Ray says, oh, you can get it done in 5 minutes. I'm thinking, how in the world do you do that? But I know yesterday, if you're a precision nutrition coach, you maybe saw an article. They have a newsletter, and I open them up right away when I see them in my email called The Smartest Coach in the Room. And within that email that came out yesterday, if you haven't gotten it yet, I highly suggest opening it up. They talked about social media struggles for PN coaches. And I'm going to do a shout out to Tiffany Nolan because she answered somebody's question that had to do with social media. And she said to ask these three questions of yourself. Do you need to be on social media? What can you do, or what can you, let me try and get my words out today because I haven't finished my coffee yet. What can you do to share you? And are you helping people or are you pushing your services? And what's the worst that can happen if you try? Now, I absolutely loved her questions because I know when I was trying to be on all the social media, and I really even wasn't. I was trying Instagram and Facebook, and I was getting stressed out with it. It got to the point where I just didn't want to do it anymore. And if you do go look at my social media, my Instagram and my business page, I kind of stopped because it was just getting too much for me. Heather, do you have any examples? How were you feeling? How were you doing social media?
Yeah, so my social media also, I've let it lapse a little bit. I felt like it was difficult to come up with entirely unique concepts. I struggled with writing captions, and I started thinking maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I need to get some business coaching. Maybe I need to buy some tools. And you know what? For a while, that's okay. To kind of spark some creativity, to get some structure around it. But eventually, I found that purchasing business coaching and buying tools was a crutch and honestly a form of procrastination. What I ultimately decided to do, and this was my main thing that was my mistake, I decided I needed to stop consuming and start producing at the rate which I could produce it. Again, just like we tell our clients, it's consistency. It's what you do regularly that matters. And the periodization of that regularity is not as important as just keeping on doing it and putting yourself out there.
Isn't it so interesting what we learn as coaches and how we coach our clients that we sometimes forget to do it for ourselves? I mean, and it really, everything we learn on how to be a coach and how to coach people also is for our own business. It makes good business sense to do those things also. So, when you said, well, I'm thinking of how a client of mine, they come to me to know the answers. They didn't hire me so that I could give them this article and that article and every other article. They come to me so I know the answers. As coaches, when are we going to believe in ourselves enough that we already know enough of the answers, even when it comes to marketing, even when it comes to all of that? When are we going to believe that we know enough that we can just put ourselves out there and that we can try it? I know that I have been in the cycle sometimes of spinning my wheels thinking, well, everybody's telling me I need to do this and I need to do that. I need to have this and all with marketing stuff. And oh, I mentioned earlier that reels were out and I'm trying to do a reel. Well, I can get lost in all of that. Do you want to call it marketing minutia? I can get lost in it and then forget that my ultimate goal is to connect with people and to create a community who come to me because I'm relatable, because they want to hear what I have to say. Um, and sometimes too, I remember one of the mistakes was thinking that I'm just not ready. Well, how could I? Because I don't know enough. Because some new things always coming out. So there's always something coming out, and if I can't stay current, especially when it comes to marketing, well, I'm going to lose all these different clients. Heather, have you ever felt that you were spinning your wheels when it came to marketing?
A little bit, but instead of spinning my wheels, I kind of just stopped because that fear of failure can sometimes you'd rather just do nothing than fail. But with marketing, when things are always changing, even the gurus, even the experts that now perhaps are are out there saying, "Hey, ask me the questions. I know the answers." They got out there and just failed forward. They had to figure it out. They don't have some like hotline that Facebook is telling them exactly how to do reels, how to make it show up right on your timeline when it automatically posts those reels. Like, no, they're just like rolling around and putting out, if you will. You know what I mean? And you can do that too. And when I realized that I didn't have to start action, and I could take imperfect action, you know the difference.
So, Heather, can you still hear me? I know we just had a gray cat walk by. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can
Okay.
hear all your sweet animals.
Yes, so yes, we call a gray kitty just walk by. So if you guys can forgive my dogs, as they say, gray kitty, you should not be walking by right now. You were saying, so many people believe that the next big thing or the next marketing thing is going to. I won't know about it if I don't have somebody telling me about it. But don't we say, as coaches, we tell our clients, are you showing up for yourself? And if we stop trying to market and we believe we need to keep learning, then we aren't showing up for ourselves. And I'm sorry that my dogs are barking like crazy, but we really need to learn to show up and take chances and learn from our mistakes. And I know being just totally mortified that what if I posted something that somebody that I respected, somebody that I thought was on the next level above me, would read and say, "You're wrong. You don't know anything. You shouldn't be doing that." But in fact, I was stunting myself from being the true person that I was because I wasn't showing up for myself because I was scared of what other people would think. And that was a big mistake that I had, just being scared to put myself out there and basically undervaluing what my worth was.
That's right. And, there are people out there that are going to find something that they can be contradictory about and they will critique you. But does that say something about you or does that say something about them? And you having put yourself out there, The people that you're connecting with on your social media are your people. If someone calls you out, they're not reaching your people. They're reaching their people. And really, some have called this a bully mentality on, the social media where maybe there's a duet and someone's mocking someone else. I've seen that on TikTok. It's kind of boring. Those people who are leveraging someone else's original work to make something themselves, with what, don't they have anything original to say about their own things? I don't know. I just disregard that. You know, getting out there and trying is not wishful thinking, it's doing. It's taking an action step. It's using outcome-based decision making. It's taking our own advice, but in a lateral way, right? You're using the same skill sets and you're applying it to something else. And I know that every one of you can try.
Exactly. And I think the biggest mistake from really reflecting on how I handled social media, um, I hope we aren't hearing an echo, because now my dogs are not barking. But really trying to understand, how does social media work in my business and how can I best be found? And I started thinking about, well, I need to be searchable. I need to understand the value of being searchable. And sure, people see me on social media, but do they actually then go and type into Google, Michelle Jerome, how can I work with her as a coach?
No.
Yeah, how do they know me? And I started really reflecting on what is the best approach to get people to be able to find me. I mean, if you're listening right now, or if you are watching on the replay, I urge you just to try and think, okay, what does a person wake up in the morning and think, like if they have a problem they want to solve? Let's say they would say, I feel stressed, or I need somebody to help me with my stress. Or a lot of times people will say, I want to eat better, or what's a healthier recipe? That's how people find you, is through those Google searches. And if you go and search any of those, what comes up? Articles and recipes. What do you think when you see those people who are writing those articles or recipes?
That they're an expert,
They know what they're talking about.
right? So
Exactly.
why can't that be us? Why can't that be you? Whoever's listening to us, you're probably a coach or a personal trainer. You're an expert in your field. Why can't that be you that's sharing an article that someone can find on Google?
Exactly. I mean, when somebody is going to search on Google, they are searching for something that possibly your unique abilities are going to show up. They're searching for an answer that you've maybe written about. They're searching for support. They're searching for encouragement. But they don't always find that on your social media. And we talked about mistakes we had in marketing and social media. But when we reflected back and think, well, how do clients actually find us? In those Google searches. And that's where this huge, like, whoo, light bulb moment came off. And I said, hey, Heather, let's create a platform where all of our coaches, because I know my own website stinks. It is awful. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have the time. Just like I talked about in social media, I don't have the time as a solopreneur to do it all and to learn all the tech and all that stuff. I just wanted to show up and get myself out there. How could I do that best? I could do that when I collaborated, when we grew up, when we built a group of people around, so that some of the skills I'm good at, somebody else could help me with. I am terrible at websites. And to tell you the honest truth, I don't even want to learn about websites, but I want people to find me. So they can find me if I write an article about something that I know about, and then they find me in a search because I wrote something and then it becomes relatable. Or if I offer recipes and then a person goes, ooh, I like those recipes that Michelle's doing. I want to get to know more about her. Do you believe the same thing, Heather? Is that what you're seeing too?
That is absolutely what I'm seeing. When someone sees your name a few times, they're like, "Oh, that must be someone. They must know what they're talking about." You're like famous in tiny circles, right? So then perhaps they take the next micro step. They click like on your post, the algorithm feeds them more of your posts. Then they see your name more frequently, and then they'll say, oh, this is really interesting content. And they click like on your page. Then, it's like this snowball effect.
Totally. And so this platform and this thing that we've been talking about, that I'm alluding to, that we learned from our mistakes and reflected, how can we do this whole social media, this whole be searchable and be found, became what you are watching right now. It became Balance Health Styles. We have a website where we have right now, there are 15, I believe, coaches who have contributed articles and recipes. We have more in the weights. And you know what? It could be you too. It could 100% be a coach just like yourself who could say, I'm going to reflect on what social media is doing and how can I best use my time? And maybe it's joining a collaboration like what Balance Health Style is doing. And Heather, we got some really cool things out and we have some things that are going to be ending soon. Do you want to explain what those are?
Yeah, definitely I do. So we are very excited to announce that we will be rolling out a value pack membership options starting in January. So this is a limited time offer. If you join Health Style Coaches, our collaboration of nutrition coaches and personal trainers before then, by December 31st, then you'll be able to secure your opportunity to get a free upgrade from whenever your content is published through the end of May. And that is being featured on the Meet Our Coaches page on balancedhealthstyles.com. And that feature on Meet Our Coaches is one of the elements of our top tier membership. So it's really exciting. You'll be one of the first people to be seen when people come to read the articles, and on the ribbon of the header it says Meet Our Coaches. They click on it and your face pops up with your specialization. So I encourage you, if you have thought about writing a blog and you're not sure how to do it, we help you figure it out. We show you how to write something that has a really compelling headline, thumb-stopping graphics, and we're going to promote that on social media to drive traffic to your article on our blog. You don't even need to have your own website. Please take this opportunity to let someone else do some of the work for you to get your name out there. January is coming, people. You want to be there when people are searching for help and hiring coaches.
And there's so many other places that say, oh, we have a directory or we have this or that. But how many places actually show you how to make a recipe that you can put on a website, create a blog, and then they optimize it for you, and then they promote you through their social media, which then in turn, you can take that social media and use it to promote yourself. I mean, we are seeing really exciting results and would absolutely love to have you join us. If you join by December 31st, you get some of these value-added options that you don't have to worry about. They come to you at no cost. If
I
you're
just
ready,
dropped a link in the comments. Please just click it.
yeah, just click it. Learn about us because this is the time. If you're looking to do something that would be a little bit different than what's happening right now and really become searchable, make your social media, make your marketing easier for yourself, hey, join us and check us out. It's that simple. And if you join soon, you will get so many more benefits that you don't even realize. So check us out. Now, we value your time. We try to keep these to 15 minutes. We've gone 20. If you have questions, send us a message, do a comment on the video. We'd love to hear from you. And if you know any other coaches who would find value and find this interesting, hey, share our page or share this video with them, tag them here. We would love to talk to them. After that, I guess I don't have anything more. Do you, Heather?
No, I don't. We're looking forward to seeing you this same time next week.
Yep. Thank you.